Liverpool Football Club have done it again. They have done it again. Everyone else hasn't realised yet that Liverpool have signed Giovanni Leoni, who, according to reports in Italy, is going to be one of the best centre-backs in the world. In a few years' time. They're also agreeing personal terms with Marc Guehi. Due to the contact they've had with Alexander Isak, he is now on strike at Newcastle United, and according to reports, doesn't ever want to play for Newcastle again. Liverpool Football Club, once they get Guehi over the line, once they get Alexander Isak over the line, I personally believe this is the greatest summer transfer window, not in Premier League history. I am talking the greatest window of any football club we may see. Now, there might be people saying, what about when Man United signed Cantona? What about when Real Madrid signed Ronaldo? I'm not talking individual transfers. I'm talking collectively as a football club. In terms of departures, 35 million for Jarell Quansah, 50 million for Darwin Núñez. Harvey Elliott is still likely to go. 60 million pounds for Luis Diaz, 15 million for Kelleher. They still managed to get 10 million pounds for Trent, 15 million for Morton. Then you add on, they've brought in Florian Wirtz, who's going to be one of the best attacking midfielders, arguably the best in the Prem next season, alongside Hugo Ekitike, Frimpong, Kirkes. And then you add on Giovanni Leoni. Then you add on Marc Guehi. Then you add on Alexander Isak. The big area I think Liverpool had to strengthen, they have gone and done that. And when you've got people like Hughes, Edwards, and FSG running things, Liverpool fans have been critical on FSG for the last 5 years. Not good enough, haven't backed Klopp enough. They have gone so overboard on the backing so far. And since Edwards has come in, it's made everyone feel at ease. Slot right now probably looks at this project and thinking, we are steering in the right direction. We are going to win trophies. Slot's first year, they get to the League Cup final. Okay, they lose to Alexander Isak's Newcastle United. On the day, Newcastle United were fantastic. They win the Premier League. They destroyed the Premier League with only bringing in Georgi Mamardashvili, who then went back on loan to Valencia, and they brought in Federico Chiesa, who didn't really play much of a part in the season. Yes, he scored in the League Cup final, but in terms of Premier League output, he didn't really do that much. So a lot of it was down to Arne Slot. Now, there is pressure on Liverpool this season. We're going to break it all down. We're going to talk about their new signing. We're going to talk about Guehi, and we're going to talk about Alexander Isak. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts. Liverpool fans, you guys, every Liverpool video I've looked at the last 25, 30, 96% of you, yes, you Liverpool fans, and all rival fans around, watch the content, but you haven't subscribed. Who cares if I support a rival team? I speak about Chelsea. I speak about Man United and City on the second channel. We speak about Spurs. We do watch-alongs. We speak about Arsenal. We speak about Chelsea. We speak about every single club that I can. Newcastle United as well when there's big news. Make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts on today's topic. And the topic coming out yesterday is that breaking Giovanni Leoni to Liverpool is a here we go. Deal agreed with Parma. Now, I want to talk about centre-backs coming out of Parma. Now, Giovanni Leoni is an Italian under-21 centre-back who can play left-back, who can play right-back as well. Now, there was a famous Italian centre-back who also was at Parma. And you're probably thinking, Henry, who are you talking about? I'm talking about Fabio Cannavaro. Now, I'm not saying for the slightest minute that I think he's going to be Cannavaro levels. But if you look at the track record that Parma have at producing some incredible talent in terms of centre-backs, left-backs, right-backs, he's 18 years of age. Can play right-back, can play centre-back, is versatile, is meant to be one of the best things coming out of Italy. Joined Parma in 2024. Played, I think last season, he played 18 games. He played 17 games for Parma, getting 1 goal. Played 1,200 minutes. Was at Sampdoria before that in Serie B. This kid looks legit. I've not seen him play. I've read some scouting reports. He looks legit. No loan, never discussed. Leoni joins Liverpool now as part of the Arne Slot plans. Fee of around 35 million with a sell-on clause. No convincing ever needed as Leoni wanted Liverpool. And there he is in the Liverpool shirt. I think he is going to be a very, very, very good signing. And this, when you now look at Liverpool's centre-back depth, because I personally think they will also add Marc Guehi, you've now got Joe Gomez, Leoni, Van Dijk, Konate, and potentially now Marc Guehi. The one area of the pitch I think all Liverpool fans wanted to strengthen, because when you look at their biggest title challengers, Arsenal, that can play centre-back, they've got Ben White, but predominantly plays right-back now. They've got Timber, they've got Mosquera, they've got Kivior, they've got Gabriel, they have got Saliba. They have got a massive amount of centre-back options. And that's where Liverpool, for me, had to go and strengthen. That was the area of the pitch I thought Liverpool needed to go and really bring in some reinforcements. Now, Lewis Steele has come out and said that Federico Chiesa is expected to return to Italy in the final weeks of the window. Liverpool want to sanction an exit before a replacement has been sourced. Now, this also helps Liverpool bring in Alexander Isak because they're going to bring in more money for their players. Federico Chiesa is a good player, but for me, Liverpool need better. Lewis Steele, of course, is a very, very credible source at Mal Sport, has also come out with some big news here, saying Liverpool and Crystal Palace are confident that an agreement can be struck from Marc Guehi. Marc Guehi is one of my favourite centre-backs, and I feel sorry for Palace fans because Eberechi Eze and Marc Guehi are looking likely to leave Crystal Palace. He is England's best centre-back for me. Best centre-back. Can also play left-back. And when you look at the options they've got now, they're on par with Arsenal's defence, maybe stronger. The only worry I would have if I was a Liverpool fan is if Van Dijk does get injured. He's 34 now. We know he's an athlete, probably one of the best athletes in the world right now. However, 34, he's a little bit older than a lot of the centre-backs in the league now. Slot has spoken about the Curtis Jones situation, and he has said the following. I think if you ask him and if you ask me, we both have the same idea. That's the number 8. That would be his best position with a number 6 next to him or behind him, that he has a bit of freedom. I think, hypothetically, if McAllister was ever to get injured and you had Jones and you had Gravenberch as a double pivot, Jones in the 8, Gravenberch in the 6, Liverpool are more than okay to go out there and really compete. The midfield options they've got of Gravenberch, of Jones, of Endo, of McAllister, of Florian Wirtz, of Dominic Szoboszlai, it's probably the two strongest midfields in the league for me are Liverpool and Chelsea. You know, Florian Wirtz I think is going to be an absolute insane option. Now, Eduardo Burgos, who works out in Spain, who's a very, very credible journalist, has come out and said the following. Newcastle believe that Liverpool will make a £130 million bid for Alexander Isak soon. And I personally believe he will be a Liverpool player. He come out, according to David Ornstein, and David Ornstein said that he has absolutely no plans to play for Newcastle United ever again. And also, just following up that, David Ornstein said this, that Liverpool are in talks of Crystal Palace for Marc Guehi, no bids yet, but Liverpool stepping up efforts. Player terms also need agreeing. England defender wants game time assure of the World Cup, which is coming up next year. If no move now, he will leave Crystal Palace for free in 2026. He has no plans to stay at Crystal Palace. And this is the report that come out, I want to say 2 days ago now. And it says that Alexander Isak is adamant he will not play for Newcastle United ever again. As the window closed, the 25-year-old sees Newcastle career over. No wish to reignite club, say not for sale, but exploring the market amid Liverpool interest. Now, we know Newcastle looking at Jacob Ramsey. We know Newcastle looking at Johan Wieser, and they've just signed another player as well. I personally believe he joins Liverpool, and that, for me, is going to be the greatest summer window in Premier League history. Giovanni Leoni, Marc Guehi, Alexander Isak, Kirkis, Frimpong, Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, and Alexander Isak. It's a window of absolute incredible strength. They are going to be one hell of a side next season. I'll be honest, Arsenal, for me, they have to bring the left winger if they want to compete with Liverpool. I personally believe Liverpool will win this Premier League. I think they're the strongest team out there. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time. I'm out.